This is the plaintiff, Desrenee Scott Stone. She says the defendant called her crying because he got arrested and couldn't make bail. She was a longtime family friend, so she posted his bond. Well, she got him out of jail. She hasn't heard from him, and this has been one of the most upsetting things to happen to her in a long time. She's suing for $1,250. The defendant owes her. This is the defendant, Kenyatta Simmons. He claims he did landscaping work for the plaintiff and owes her nothing because they're even. Her bailing him out of jail was payback for all of that work he did for her. And he has no idea why she's now turning around and turning this into a lawsuit. Bottom line, they're more than even, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of ruining a long-time friendship.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant cried to her he couldn't make bail, so she decided to post it for him, and she got stiffed. But the defendant says he worked around the house, so they are even. It's the case of jailbait.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Desreen Scott Stone, you are suing Kenyatta Simmons for $1,200 in bail money that you paid on his behalf, and he has not repaid you.
Yes,
Tell me
Your
what
Honor.
happened.
Your Honor, somewhere back around, I think it was June 9th of 2015, I was at my home and my phone rang, and it was the defendant on the other end of the phone. He was crying and said if I could help him because he was locked up, he got locked up.
Why did you think of calling her?
Because I've been doing so much things for her. It's like a family thing with
How do
us.
you know each other?
My sister married her cousin.
Okay, so you've known each other how long?
For a long time. It's been years, maybe
About
15 years.
About 15, 20 years.
Okay, but how often do you see her? I mean, is this a person closest to you in the world? It's kind of like, why did you think of her? You thought she'd have the money?
No, it's not even that. It's situations that happened before
All
I
right,
was
so he
living
calls
with her
you.
and all
Did
that.
you? When was the last time you had heard from him before that?
Your Honor, he's like a family friend, and I do see him. And to answer his question, he knows like I'm a kind person, I'm hardworking, so I guess he probably thought he knows I would help him if I could.
Okay. He also dated your daughter, right?
Yes.
Did we forget that?
No.
Like, is the daughter here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Were you not supposed to be dating or something? Why is it we don't say that out loud? Because neither one of you mentioned it. I'm just curious. How long did he date your daughter?
I think they were back she was back in high school.
Okay. All right, so what happened? He calls you and he says, I need your help, I need your help. How much money does he ask you for?
So I asked him like what was going on, and he told me.
Okay, so he tells you you got arrested. What did you get arrested for?
I had a warrant because I missed a court date because I was down south.
What did you miss a court date for? What charge?
It was a failure to show driver's
No, I know.
license.
Okay, so on a failure to show a driver's license?
Yeah, but it
you didn't
wasn't
show
me.
up for that court date. You never called. You never wrote. You never did anything, and then it just, you thought it would go away, and then they had issued a warrant for your arrest. And how did they arrest you on that warrant?
They had a noise pollution on the other, like where I lived.
Somebody else called because it was too
noise
noisy?
pollution, but not my house. It was somebody else's house right next to me. Where we live is like a house
And
right
the
here.
police
This house.
accidentally thought it was your place?
No, we were sitting right there in front of the yard, and they just walked up to the yard, me and the dude and everything, and they asked us questions, and they asked us our
Asked
names.
everybody for their license, and
And
then
their
they see
names.
that you had a warrant.
Yes.
All right, so now, what does he ask you to do, ma'am? He asked you to go down there and post how much?
I think $1,600.
Okay, and did you come up with $1,600?
No, actually, I told him that, I didn't have $1,600, but, if there was anybody else who could help. He said, okay, if he was going to call his mom or something, but it ended up that I ended up speaking to his mother and his sister. So I said, I don't have the money, but I'm going to see if I could come up with like $400. And, so
But at the end of the day, what you show up with is $800. And did the bail bondsman bond him out with just $800?
Yeah, he said, you know what, I'll take a half, and I'm going to make some payment arrangements with him, and he's going to have to pay me like...
And yet that's not what happened, because what do you do?
So I started crying. I said, I don't have $800. I got my
So
mortgage
the bail
to pay.
bondsman is a softie, as all bail bondsmen are, and then he decides
so
he
he
would
said, "You know
take
what?"
just another $450 from you.
He said, if you could come up with $450 like right now, I'll just
leave you alone.
take $450.
And then you took $450.
And he said,
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever pay anybody for bonding you out?
I
Did you
paid
ever?
her about $80 the most.
To who?
To her.
You paid $80?
Yeah, the most, because I got child support. I got a lot of things going on. My
So
check
why
don't-
is it you haven't paid her back? Is it because you've done so many free things for her, like you said in your answer? Or is it because you don't have money and you're broke?
It's cause of both. And I did 5 years in prison for it.
What do you mean you did 5 years of prison? First of all, if you look at her one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to get down here myself. Don't stare her down. Show a little respect.
I respect her.
No, it doesn't look like you do by the way you're staring her down. Cut it out.
So some friend of yours says, I need some help. I'm in jail. I need you to post bail for me. Would you do it?
No.
Why?
I think people have to be responsible for their own mistakes and just take full responsibility.
Innocent until proven guilty. What do you say?
I agree with her. If you did the crime, you pay the time.
Well, he hasn't necessarily been convicted yet. Would you post bail?
Hey, absolutely. That's what friends do.
Would you do it if somebody, say, committed a robbery?
I would do it.
I mean, O.J. Simpson.
Hey, there's always a chance to learn for next time.
Going inside the courtroom.
What do you mean you did so much for her? Like what?
I did a lot for her. For the years that me and her know each other, everything in the house, everything to the lawn, everything to a situation me and her daughter got into,
Okay,
I did
stop, back up. Everything in the lawn. What does that mean?
Lawn, her yard.
Would you mow her lawn for free every
No.
month? What are you saying?
I landscaped her whole yard. I did everything in there. I did the yard. I mowed the lawn. I put the
Do you
bricks
mean
down.
when you
I
were
laid
dating her
everything.
daughter?
Dating her daughter, without dating her daughter, when
I'm
I
sorry,
came
stop.
home, everything.
Stop. Slow down. So, so you did how much free lawn work for her, and why?
Because I loved her daughter so much, and I love her too.
So you did? Were you living there?
At one point in time, yes.
Were you paying rent?
No.
Oh, well, that might explain why you do stuff. All right. So now, when you say you went to prison for her, because that did not escape me, what was that for?
Some situation happened between me and her daughter. Something happened. They wanted both of us. I just took the weight for everybody.
What was it that happened? Just give me an idea. That it was a what?
A home invasion.
Home invasion.
Mm-hmm.
And her daughter was involved, and according to you, you took the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So did he ever pay you $80, like he says?
No, he never paid me $80.
Man, can I go on my phone?
What for?
Cause I got a text showing that she said that I gave her about $75 and something else she said on the text.
Okay, yeah. Go on your phone. Stop looking at each other. Go on your phone.
There's so much texts between me and her. It's ridiculous. Well, she's saying 15 on this one. I gotta go through other texts, but this one's saying in 2 months I gave her $15. That's what she said on this one. I'm trying to find the other one. It's a lot of texts, my judge. I'm sorry.
Come on up. Are you the daughter?
Yes.
Were you involved in a home invasion?
No, I wasn't, and that's what I want to make clear. I was not involved in a home invasion. There was a situation that happened that I tried to talk.
You look for the text. Don't you worry about what she's saying.
I tried to talk him out of it, and he didn't listen to me, and did what he did, and he was sentenced. So I just want to make that clear for the record. I was not involved in her home invasion whatsoever.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Did he pay you anything? He says he has a text saying they paid you $15 so far in 2 months.
Yeah, Your Honor, I don't remember him paying me anything, but say he paid me $80 because...
Well, I don't want to say it unless he did. Give me that.
And that's her
I'm
name.
coming to your job. You ignored me. It's been 2 months. You gave me $15 and have bail bondsmen harassing me, yada, yada, yada. All right, I'm going to deduct $15 from the $1,250, which you have been able to prove, and I'm going to order you to pay the lady $1,235. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the defendant was able to prove with the text $15 paid back, and she wins the rest in this verdict. What's your reaction to how this came in?
I'm good with her. Get rid of her. I'm fine.
Well, you said you had a lot of love for her and for the daughter, too, at one time.
Yeah, but people can't admit their wrongs and can't admit that, what happened. I don't want nothing to do with them. I'm fine.
We do appreciate the fact that she stepped up for you when you needed it.
Yeah, I appreciated that, but it's okay. I'm good by myself. I don't need no people like that around me, lies and all that. I'm okay.
All right down this way. All right. All right, so step on in here, and how do you feel coming out of the courtroom here after all this?
Yeah, I feel justice was done.
Mm-hmm. Looking back on your decision.
You know what? I don't regret it because, I like helping people, and I thought I was just trying to do a good deed But, I'll still help. I'm not going to stop doing good
What if
things.
he called you today and asked you the same thing?
That's a tough one.
You might?
No, the kind of person I am. Like I said, he was trying to get his life back on track, and I was, thought I'd try to help him out.
Are you too nice?
I've been told that many times that I need to get some ice in my veins, maybe.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, among other things, the defendant said he didn't have the money to pay her back. Bottom line, that is never a defense. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.